Hi everybody, my name's Timmy, and welcome to episode 23 of Cardano Ecosystem News. Today is January 11th, and we have such an awesome show for you today. Our feature story is a deep dive into World Mobile. Now, this is one of Cardano's leading projects and leading teams, and they've already made tons of real progress in the physical, real world. Their mission is to connect the unconnected, and their insight is that over 3 billion humans are unconnected to the internet and don't have reliable cell phone service. We'll tell you all about this project, about how they're already in Africa. They've already set up some cell phone towers. It's totally wild what they're doing, and it's all powered by Cardano and the Cardano blockchain. Now, our second project is a super quick look at just a fun, cute project. I saw it on one of the calendars. It's called Ada Chicks. And now this is a pretty fun one. They're super cute little chicken characters. I thought it was fun. You know, I love the cute animals, and there's some interesting variations. But the cool thing is they're minting in just a few hours. They're actually minting on Tuesday, January 11th, probably just a few hours from when you're watching this. They might have just started minting a few hours ago. So I thought it'd be fun to get in the habit of maybe showing you guys some newer NFT projects that are about to mint, and then you guys can decide if you want to participate. I think I'll buy maybe one, maybe two, not more than that. You got to do your own research, not financial advice, especially for some of these earlier projects. But we'll tell you about Ada Chicks in our second story today. And then finally, our third story is a really special one. It's all about Shelter Pets. Now, this is another NFT project I just discovered by browsing the NFT calendars earlier today. And it's amazing. They've already donated 50% of the revenue to a pet shelter in Thailand. And they're working on this really cool technology to do NFT tracking of pets. So if your pet gets lost, the information on how to contact the owner will be on the Cardano blockchain. It's totally cool. And then we're going to end the episode with a really touching video. We're actually going to play out the end of the episode. You'll get to learn about a pet shelter in Thailand. This beautiful couple, really heroes of the animal community. They're doing amazing work with their shelter in Thailand. We want to introduce you to them as part of our third story, the Shelter Pets story today. So that's the plan today. World Mobile, Ada Chicks, and Shelter Pets, as well as the Pariah Dog Koh Samui pet shelter. I encourage you to watch to the end or skip to the end. We have a really nice video at the end. If you can take a few minutes to watch that, I think it'll be pretty cool. So we'll see you on the flip side. Remember to hit like and smash subscribe so I don't die. Our first story today is a deep dive into the World Mobile team and project. And you know, I had intended on presenting this project to you in just a few weeks. I normally try to do it around a big event or a big date for that project. But I just had to get it in front of you. We're accelerating the schedule for World Mobile. I want to get it on your radar today. And it all came about from this tweet exchange a few hours ago between Elon Musk and the World Mobile team. And it started when Elon Musk said, "It's mind-blowing that over 80% of humans have a smartphone." 80%. 4 out of 5 humans have a smartphone. That's penetration, incredible adoption of smartphones. And I started to ask myself, what is a smartphone? Well, a smartphone can do a lot of things. It can take photos, it can do calls, but phones before smartphones existed could take photos. I remember the Nokia used to be able to take photos, Motorola Razr could take photos. These were phones that could take photos, but they weren't smartphones. What really makes a smartphone smart is its connection to the internet. The internet lets you download applications onto your smartphone. It lets you send emails. It lets you watch this channel, this YouTube channel. And so a smartphone without an internet connection is not a smartphone. Elon Musk is right, though. 80% of humans have a smartphone, but World Mobile replied, "It's also pretty mind-blowing that almost 50% of humans have no reliable connectivity." 50% of these smartphones are not even able to connect to the internet successfully and consistently. Well, that means that they're not smart at all. They're just like cameras. A phone that can't connect to a cellular network and that can't even connect to the internet is not a phone. It's a camera, it's a screen. In some cases, it's nothing but a light. And if it has no battery, it's nothing but a paperweight. And so it's super important that these smartphones get connected to reliable cellular networks and connected to the internet. Otherwise, they're not smartphones. They're not even dumb phones. They're just rocks. And so World Mobile goes on and says, "Our mobile network, the first built on the blockchain," that's Cardano blockchain, mind you, "will go the distance. Go the distance to connect the unconnected. And that's the mission of the World Mobile team. They're trying to connect the unconnected, and that's the introduction to our first story today. It's all about how can we connect the unconnected, these people in these rural areas that can't even connect to their cell service, their cell tower. And so I started to jump into the World Mobile Twitter to see what was new with this project. And what I noticed is they have a pinned tweet now. This is a video they put a couple weeks ago. They put it online. And it's a beautiful whiteboard video, an explainer video with this beautiful hand-driven style. And now I'll just show you a few important parts of it. They start by telling us, there's 3 billion unconnected people in the world. 3 billion unconnected humans. That's almost half of all the humans in the world. I think we have about 8 billion people on the planet Earth, and almost half of them are unconnected. That means unconnected to a cellular network, so they can't even make calls, but then also unconnected to the internet, so they can't even, send emails and figure out what's happening in the world. Just a tragedy that 4 out of 5 people have a smartphone, but only half of them can use it the way it's supposed to be used. And so other areas of this video, just this beautiful hand-drawn style. One thing I wanted to show you here is on the right, this is an example of a cell tower. They call them air nodes. And so they're going to be partnering with local businesses, like maybe a coffee shop, maybe a corner store, any businesses that are like in the center of town or like these small villages, or even just like larger companies can jump in and run an air node. They can run a little cellular tower. And this is what these phones on the World Mobile Network will connect to. So if you're a World Mobile user, you're going to connect to an air node. It's basically a cell tower. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in a bit. There's 3 different nodes in the World Mobile system. This is the first one. It's an air node, and it's that cell tower that your phone connects to. Now, moving on, they also show like what does it mean to be connected, and I gave you a bit of this in the intro. This is a World Mobile user on the left, and by connecting to the World Mobile Network, they can start to do calls, they can do SMS text messaging, they can use YouTube, they can watch this channel, they can become informed about the world, and they can do banking. And so they gain financial empowerment, they gain knowledge of the world, and they gain this interconnected network. And these are 3 accelerants in order to improve the trajectory of your life. You need financial independence and empowerment. You need to be interconnected and build a network of people to help you. And you need to know about what's happening in the world. The World Mobile Network, the internet helps you do that. We got to get these 3 billion people online. And so scrolling forward a little bit more, we won't spend too much time on this video, but you got to go and watch the video on their Twitter feed. It's really, really nice. I wanted to show a little bit more. There's this section here, and this is talking about the Earth nodes. And so the air nodes are the cell towers that the phones will connect to. But I told you, like, they go into local stores and they buy credits, right? They can go to their little village corner store or their city corner store, and they'll be able to buy World Mobile credits. But then they need to log into the system. They need to log into the World Mobile Network. And so that's going to be done using DIDs, decentralized identifiers. It's going to be done using Atala Prism. Atala Prism is built on the Cardano blockchain. And so this is why we have this really tight connection between World Mobile and Cardano. It's in large part because of DIDs and Atala Prism. And that DID infrastructure will be running on these Earth nodes, but also the ledger. So when you add credits to your World Mobile account, that will be stored on the blockchain, and these Earth nodes will be the network that powers that blockchain. And so the air nodes, these cell towers, are dealing with primarily a lot of the cellular infrastructure of the actual voice going through the call. But then there's this whole other like business logic layer that the Earth nodes will do. They'll be handling transactions for like commerce. They'll be able to handle like file transfers. They can help with SMS text messages. The Earth nodes will help to when you want to top up your account, you want to add credits. That's all done on the Earth nodes, not on the cell towers. And what's really cool is you and I, regular people, can kind of opt in and register to run one of these Earth nodes. And from what we know, there won't be like huge hardware requirements. It sounds like there's going to be 2 kinds of Earth nodes. One can be run on a very small machine, like even a Raspberry Pi, if you're familiar, a tiny little, almost like a toy. It's a powerful toy, but it's a very cheap machine, Raspberry Pi. They can run an Earth node. Now, it won't be as able to do as much as the other Earth nodes. If you have a desktop computer, like a gaming machine, then you can run a full Earth node. And so that's pretty cool. A lot of people are going to be able to run Earth nodes. And if you live in a rural area, it's actually going to be really good for you to run an Earth node because you'll be able to help this network so much. If you live in an area where there aren't a lot of cell towers like World Mobile air nodes, then it might not be as interesting to run an Earth node. You can see a Raspberry Pi here over on the right. It looks like a circuit. So those are the Earth nodes. I talked to you about the DIDs. This is a beautiful video. Go ahead and check it out. It'll explain the project a lot better than I have so far. But I started to investigate a little bit more, and I came across this video. And this video is all about World Mobile actually building out their system in this village. And I wanted to show you a few excerpts of this video that really touched my heart. It's really cool. This is, a girl that's living in this village without a voice. She's not connected. She can't send her email. She can't participate in the way that you and I can on the internet. And then here's the World Mobile team going to their first smart village in Tanzania. And so this is the village here. You can see it at the end of the road. And they're going to try and connect this village. And actually, if you can see where my mouse is there, it might be hard to see, but there's a tower that's already up in this drone shot. That's the cellular tower. That's the World Mobile tower. But I'm jumping to the end there. This video walks you through the before and after. You can see them fishing. You can see them, working. And here you go. This is the World Mobile infrastructure at work. You can see the dish here, these receptor dishes. But look at this tower. That's an air node. And then they've got solar panels in order to power it. Okay, so this requires electricity. In a lot of these places, there's no, electricity hooked up. So they're using solar panels and clean, reliable solar power, renewable solar power to power this node, power this air node. And the cell phone, so this fellow down here, you can see in the bottom right, has a cell phone. That could, my face might be covering it, but there's a fellow with a cell phone. Let me actually see if I can scroll this over. You can see him there. This fellow with a cell phone could be connected to this tower, for example. Could be this air node. And so these are the air nodes. And this is the village in Tanzania, and you can see that World Mobile is actually out there. I'm here in my living room, just making videos, and these heroes are out in Tanzania actually setting up this infrastructure. It's a beautiful video. They do interviews with many people. You can see them here putting up the tower. Let's play that through. Very cool. And there it is. The tower is up. The solar panels are there. It's all getting hooked up. There's another scene in here that I really, really liked. You can see the tower again there. Super cool. Like, look how rural this is. And now these people can get connected to the internet. They can figure out maybe weather changes that might impact them. Maybe they can learn about the quality of the water that could impact them as well. And so knowledge is power. Knowledge is life. Here they are. They're on this service on their smartphone. And so they're connected to the World Mobile Network. She's got a QR code reader here. The idea is that you can go to local shops and purchase credits. And so that's what this is showing here. This is a shop owner. You can go give her cash, local currency, and she's able to give you credits so that you can connect your phone. Very, very cool. Now, there's a scene here I love. Here's a group of children that are waiting near the tower. It's nighttime. It's getting dark, so you might not be able to see very clearly. They're waiting. They start jumping. And now they're all jumping. Did you see that? The light went on. How did that work? The light went on. Well, these solar panels are storing up energy all day, and there's more energy than the cell tower needs. And so they said, well, let's use that energy and add light to the village. And so now the village has light, and the children enjoy that. It's so cool. And so, yeah, this is a beautiful video. Just amazing work of the World Mobile team. It makes me want to get involved. It makes me want to get on a plane. I just hate being in the cargo area. They won't let me up near the, where the other humans sit. I'm always in the cargo area on the plane because I'm a cat. And so I try not to fly too often. I might have to take a boat. I love what this project is doing. So their website is at worldmobile.io. Just beautiful website, like totally professional. There's our village again. This is like a professional, fully developed project. They're already changing the world. You can see a little bit more of the 3 nodes here. There's these earth nodes, which are like people like you and me that can help empower the network. Then there's like a middle tier, the higher tier, like the air nodes. These are the cell towers. There's also a concept of an ether node. We don't need to know too much about that. That's basically, there's going to be 1 ether node per country, just to help, with making sure all the cell traffic is regulated and following the laws of that country. And the institutions in that country probably want to be involved in what World Mobile is doing. And so there's ether nodes, air nodes, and then earth nodes. 3 different nodes. And you and I, we can run earth nodes on our home computer. It's like running a Cardano node. And so we can help power the network. And so they also have a section up here called Smart Village. When you go there, you can learn about this village I just showed you the video of, and see, some of the people in the village. You can see some of the World Mobile team working here. Just beautiful, beautiful imagery. What a wonderful project. These people are coming online. They're gaining digital identity. They're getting email addresses. They're getting YouTube accounts. They're getting decentralized digital IDs. They're getting DIDs. And this is done on Atala Prism, which is a Cardano project. So very, very cool. Now, they do have a white paper. We won't get into it too much, but I did read it earlier today. I'll just spend maybe 30 seconds here. As I told you, there's 3 node types. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit more. There's the Earth nodes. And these do authentication, identity, blockchain stuff like the transactions, your balances to give you access to the network. Air nodes are the actual cell towers providing coverage, cellular coverage, and internet access. And then, as I mentioned, there's the Ether nodes up here. Let me scroll over a bit. These provide the link to the legacy telecom operators. And that's a really good point. Like, if you have one of these phones in that village and you're connected to World Mobile, well, you're probably going to want to call someone on the other side of the world or maybe in the city who's not on the World Mobile network. And so it's super important that people that are on World Mobile can use the main internet that you and I use, and they can call people on AT&T or on Verizon. This interconnectivity is super, super important. The Ether nodes, one per country, are what help you do that. And so the white paper goes into great detail around all the different nodes and like the benefits of each node, like what they do for the network, what kind of services that node provides, why it needs to exist. But then they also get into earning money and like incentivizing people for running these nodes. And so they have a huge section around how you can benefit by running an Earth node, right? This is all about incentives for running an Earth node. There's a whole staking system. And if you run an Earth node, if you want to support this project by running an Earth node, you can earn money by doing it. You can earn regular income similar to Cardano staking. You can also earn transaction fees. If you're a business, if you have like a cafe or something in one of these rural areas, or if you want to open up an air node, you can do that. And regular people can open up air nodes, and there's rewards for doing that. You'll get a percentage of the funds that World Mobile collects based on how much access you give. And so if your air node, if your cell tower is very popular, you're going to get a large percentage of the World Mobile fees. So that's very, very cool. I just want you guys to check this out. There's a whole section down in the bottom as well where they talk about DIDs and they talk about Atala Prism. And here it is. The solution that has been selected for the DIDs is Atala Prism, which is powered by Cardano. And they get into detail of why Cardano has been selected. The fact that it's proof of stake, so it's clean, it's not dirty like Bitcoin, it's very clean, low energy to be on Cardano. And then Ouroboros is a beautiful kind of settlement and consensus technology that that Cardano uses and that World Mobile will be using for their own network. So check it out. Before I wrap up, though, I do want to say they have another project which is like the World Mobile Token. And so, as I mentioned, if you're running an Earth node, you're going to get rewards. You're going to get incentivized by allowing your computer to help power World Mobile from your home. And the way you're going to get incentivized is via these World Mobile tokens, okay? So they're going to have their own token. It's WMT, and you'll be able to get these and trade it for ADA if you want or hold on to it. And so just like we get ADA for staking, you can earn WMT tokens by running Earth nodes. Or if you're like a larger business, you can run an air node, an actual cell tower. But most of us will just be running Earth nodes. I think they only are going to have 1,000 Earth nodes, though. And I think it costs 100,000 WMT to run it. Now, WMT costs less than $1, so it's actually not that expensive. I'll show you the price in a minute. 100,000 WMT is reasonable. I think it's like going to be 10,000, 15,000 US dollars maybe right now. I'll show you. But that's what it costs to run an Earth node, and you can get this WMT token. So you can check out the World Mobile token site. Actually, if you go to worldmobile.io, at the top right, there's a link to the token project, and that's where you can learn all about the economics and the staking and all of that. For me, I mean, it's super cool. You can see how the token's going to be split and all of that. But for me right now, today, what I really want to get you excited about is just the beautiful work they're doing. The work they're doing in Tanzania. I think they're also getting ready to do some work in Zanzibar. And so that's the main thing to take away today. Now, before we wrap, also, the token is here on MuesliSwap. So, MuesliSwap, very, very popular right now. They had a lot of FUD, but for now, it seems to be doing well. This DEX, it's a DEX on Cardano. So everyone who says we don't have any DEXs or smart contracts, send them here. And you can see WMT token here. And so it looks like it's about a third of an ADA, right? And so as I mentioned, it takes 100,000 WMT, I believe, to do an Earth node. So about 33,000, 34,000 ADA right now. Now, what's interesting is the WMT token is a bit on discount. It was trading earlier at around $1, like a month ago, around, here it is on December 12th. It was trading at about $1. It closed at $1 on December 22nd. But then, over the holidays, Cardano took a big dump. Cardano has came down, and now it's sitting around 34 ADA for one World Mobile token. So take a look at that if you're interested in the token. I'm not as focused on that today. I'm focused on the beautiful project, the beautiful team. And then just to wrap, I noticed this tweet from World Mobile. And look at this huge blimp. This looks like it's another kind of air node. So you can imagine connecting your cellular device to one of these huge blimps. Let's mute it and just play a little bit of it. Look at this huge blimp coming outside the hangar. There's a team doing some planning. And the idea is for this blimp to be in the air, maybe over the water, over the ocean where you can't have cell towers. You could fly a blimp and then have people, look at that, connect to the blimp in order to get their access. And this beautiful World Mobile logo on this. What other Cardano project right now has their logo on a blimp in the air? And I took a look. It says here, in partnership with Alteros. I did a bit of research, looked at their website, and there you can see it, right? There's the blimp. And so World Mobile, looks like they have their own. The one that we saw, has the World Mobile logo on it. It looks a little bit different underneath, too. So it looks like it's a different unit. And there it is. There's the Alteros aerostat, they're calling it, an aerostat. And you can put this in very remote places, hardest to reach places, in order to give cellular connectivity. So just absolutely incredible. This Alteros company looks like they're the real deal, and World Mobile is partnered with them. And so that's super, super interesting. Really ambitious project. Happy to get it on your radar today. It's worldmobile.io at World Mobile Team. So one of the things I like to do on Monday or Tuesday mornings is to take a look at the CNFT calendars. And now these are calendars that show what Cardano NFT collections will be released, will be minted in the next few days. And so this is a very popular one. It's called CNFTcalendar.com. It's very clean, very simple. But one thing is, it just has these static thumbnails for each of the projects here. And so I've increasingly been using this other one, WhenCNFT.com. I'll put links to both of these downstairs in the description. This is WENCNFT.com and then /calendar. But I like how it has the animations here. You can see the spinning diamond here. And you can see, since these other collections are animations, you can see multiple variations. I love this cute Shiba Club here, the famous Japanese dog, the Doge dog. But I thought this one really stood out, this Ada Chicks one. How cute is this project? Like, I love the feet on these chicks, especially the ones with no shoes. See, let me zoom in a little bit more. You can see the variations fly by. And so I was looking on here. It looks like they're minting at 8 p.m. UTC. So actually in just a few hours, if you're on the Pacific time zone, that's noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, January 11th. So probably just a few hours from when you see this, they're going to be doing a mint. And so I clicked through to take a closer look at their project. And the first thing that stood out was, it has this cohesive visual design. And this is something I really look for. This is something I really love where, it's this kind of playful, cute project with these kind of orange, yellow colored chicks. And then the whole background of the site is orange as well. And so I just love when the design and the design team, the NFTs match the design of the website. And they kind of had some nice creative inspiration for the website itself. And I definitely see that here. But take a look at this chick. He's got wings. He's got a unicorn horn. He's got a halo, blue spiked hair, the Cardano blue. We love it. A huge diamond pendant hanging from the neck and some pretty cool kicks. It's not Ada Kicks, it's Ada Chicks. And how cute is this little fella? I liked a few of the other ones as well. This boss one here, with the glasses, and the gold pendant. It looks like there's all kinds of different variations. Some have these little, I think they're little hats on them, but these other ones have like this funky clown hair. It's a super creative. Looks like some kind of a karate or taekwondo outfit on this one over here. How cute are these? Like an Ada chick that goes to work. And so I don't know. The project is minting in 12 hours from when I'm recording. So it's Monday night right now. but I'm going to be releasing this tomorrow morning. And so that it's probably going to be minting like 2 or 3 hours after I release this video. There's a good chance while you watch this video, the minting might have just started, or it might be starting in a few seconds. Go to adachicks.com. You'll be able to check it out. They're going to have a mint now button, and you'll be able to get your own chick. It looks like they're going to only be releasing 300 NFTs. And they're calling this a ninja minting, kind of like a stealth underground minting. They haven't been doing a ton of marketing from what I could see. Like other projects are, all over Twitter, sometimes too much, to be honest. It can be a little spammy, but this project hasn't. And I think because for this initial minting, it's kind of, they're calling it an OG. It's kind of like a very rare early supporter minting. And so they're only going to do 300. And then they're going to do a second one. It might be in a week from now. It might be in a couple weeks from now. The community is still talking about it. So it says will be determined by the community. But they're going to do 3,000 pretty soon in the next couple weeks, maybe even next week. And so 300 as part of this stealth release. And then they say if you have one of these OG ones, if you have one of the 300 that are minting in a few hours from now, there's going to be some benefits. So you're going to get some airdrops of other collections. And these initial 300 are special somehow. They're calling them OGs, right? Kind of like original supporters. And so we'll see. I think that's pretty cool. I think if there's only 300, they'll be pretty rare. I was taking a look at their Discord as well to see if there's some more info I could get. It's still super early. There's only 550 members of their Discord. And like I said, they haven't really been doing a lot of promotion. I think that's why. You can see here, the minting is January 11th at 8 o'clock. It's going to be 28 ADA. So not too bad, right? 28 ADA to get one of 300 of these stealth ones. And then you can see on their website, they've got announcements that they're already verified on CNFT.io, a popular marketplace for Cardano NFTs, and they're waiting for JPEG.store. So they're going to be on JPG Store, JPEG Store, hopefully, and CNFT.io. And it's happening in, like they say here, a few hours on Tuesday. And then you can see in the sneak peek section, there's a couple more like illustrations, animations, and then their roadmap is here. So this is what's happening, today when you're watching this. On Tuesday, they're going to release 300 as part of this stealth kind of ninja secret release. But it's not secret anymore. I'm putting it on blast. So it's not going to be a secret for long, but in the next few hours, you might be able to get one of these 300. And then after that, they're going to distribute some rewards. I'm not sure what that is. They say airdrop of other collections. I'm not sure if that means like airdrop of these 3,000 NFTs or completely different collections. I'm not sure. There's not a whole lot of information about this project. And so we'll see. But I wanted to share something with the channel that's minting pretty soon. It looks like it's going to be pretty rare. But we never know, right? With these projects, the earlier they are, the riskier they are, right? With great reward comes great risk. And so, do your own research. It's not financial advice. I have no idea what's going to happen with this project. I shared a story on Saturday of like a ADA Clouds rug pull. I don't think this is a rug pull, but it's totally a guess right now. But it looks pretty cool. It looks like a nice team. It looks like a lot of love has been spent on it. So I'm going to take a chance. I think I'm going to get one or two of these ninja NFTs. I'm not going to spend more than getting 2 of them. Which will cost me, I guess, 56 ADA. I'm okay with that. And then we'll see what happens. But take a look. They've got, there's going to be a rarity chart on CNFT.tool. And I want to share this with you. We'll do this maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months, bringing up the NFT calendars and seeing maybe what's new and what's minting this week. And then I was also taking a look at Shelter Pets. And this one is minting on Friday, and this is a really special project as well. I need to get a glass of water. I'm going to get some water and then come back. I want to tell you all about Shelter Pets. This is a really special project that's actually trying to help stray pets that are abandoned. They're trying to raise money to help them. They've already given out a whole bunch of ADA to one special shelter, Pariah Dog Koh Samui. Let's take a break. I'll be back in 5 minutes to go through Shelter Pets. All right, ready for our final story for today. And, I thought this would be like a really quick one. I was browsing whencnft.com. That's WEN CNFT.com up here. You can go to whencnft.com and click on their calendar, and then you'll get taken to here, and you can see all the projects that are about to mint. And I came across this Shelter Pets project here. Take a look at this. They're doing a mint on Friday, the 14th of January, at midnight. Okay, so I think that's UTC time. So this might be, Thursday, sometime Thursday if you're on the Pacific Coast or somewhere in North America. But take a look at this. I thought I would cover it quickly, but there is so much good happening in this project. It's called Shelter Pets. This is their website. It's called shelterpetscnft.com. And let me just say, I have no affiliation with this project. There's no paid promotion or anything like that. They haven't given me any NFTs. They don't even know I'm doing this video about them. But I came across it today, and hey, they're trying to help pets, they're trying to help dogs, they're trying to help cats, and I'm a cat. Meow. So I really love this project, and it looks like their mission statement is to use NFTs, to use blockchain to help pets. And in fact, they've already donated 544 ADA to a pet shelter. And so in October, they created their project. They did a bunch of development throughout October and November. And then they did a pre-sale in December. They did a pre-sale, and 500 ADA was raised and donated to Pariah Dog Koh Samui. Now, Koh Samui, I think it's an island. It's in Thailand. It's in Thailand, and it's called Pariah Dog. And it's an actual dog shelter. I'm going to tell you all about this shelter and the beautiful couple and the team that runs Pariah Dog Shelter. But how cool is it that Shelter Pets has already donated ADA to them? And what's really cool is they've actually got, they're saying they're going to be donating, let me zoom in a bit, they're going to be donating 50% of all revenue to various dog and cat shelters. Okay, so it's not just Pariah Dog. It has been so far, but they want to have multiple partnerships. And so they want to donate 50% of all revenue. How amazing is that? And what's really cool is they have tracking for the donations that they did already. You can click where it says here, and then it takes you to this page here on GitHub, and it links to the actual Cardano scan transaction here. And you can see the from address and the to address, and you can see how many ADA they sent. And so it's totally legit. That's the beauty of a blockchain. This is the beauty of Cardano. We can see the transaction. We can see that it went from their wallet to the wallet of this dog shelter. Well, they do dogs and cats, actually, I think. So this pet shelter. So it's so cool. 50% revenue donated, and they're actually doing it, and it's trackable. Big hats off to the Shelter Pets project for doing what they promised. Now, there's a lot of other really cool stuff happening here. They want to do a Shelter Pets ID. And what this is going to be is they're going to use NFC, near field communication chips, to help with tracking pets. Now, a lot of pets already get chips inserted into them in a small surgery, but it's to help them in case they get lost. If your pet gets lost, the veterinarian or the dog shelter can scan your pet, almost like a QR code scanner, and figure out who the owner is. Usually the chips will have the owner's name, maybe their email or phone number, some way to contact the owner in case the dog or cat or snake or bird runs away. And so what Shelter Pets is doing is they're creating this Shelter Pets ID technology, which puts that NFC data on the blockchain. And I've been reading a little bit more about that. They have this section here on their website, Shelter Pets ID, and they want to bring this to market in the first quarter of this year. So that's now, January, February, March. The proof of concept hardware will be happening in January. So that's super, super cool. This is all about to happen pretty soon. And I'll turn off the sound for a minute, but let's take a look. This is like they're creating an NFT here and putting in the name of the pet. So this name is called Colby Jack. The owner's name is Trevor. It's an orange tabby. So all this metadata is going into an NFT on Cardano. It's got a little head and big teeth. How cute is that? Date of birth, 2019. But check this out. Contact if lost at Shelter Pets CNFT. So that's their Twitter, the Twitter of the Shelter Pets project. And so this NFT is being created and being added to the Cardano blockchain. And now once that's done, we can go and see it on pool.pm. Take a look at this. This is an actual Cardano NFT. Here's all the metadata on the left. And here it is on pool.pm on the right. Oh, sorry, skipped ahead a bit too much. But you can see this beautiful orange tabby cat now, and all that metadata is down here. You can see the breed, the color. I thought they had where they show here a little bit more of the metadata, the owner's name, and who to contact if you find it. Right, at Shelter Pets CNFT, contact if lost. So if you lose your cat or something, if there's one of these small chips installed in the cat, they can scan it and see the NFT, and this is stored publicly. So really anyone could do it. Anyone who had the scanning hardware can scan it and see it on the Cardano blockchain. Such a beautiful idea. I love this use of the Cardano blockchain and this technology. Big hats off to Shelter Pets ID and the Shelter Pets project. Now, also in their header, you can see there's a link to their team section, and they're doxed. doxed means we can see who they are. Very handsome human gentlemen, looking very sharp guys. And so this is Trevor Wilson and Real KC, but they link to their LinkedIn profiles, their PhD students at Oklahoma U. And so very, very cool. And I think this might be some of their pets potentially, I think. And so that's part of the inspiration. They've also got the artist here, and then a graphic design consultant, Richard C. And so the team is doxed. And this is a good sign, it's going to be hard for them to steal money or anything like this if we know who they are. We can follow them, we can track them. But they're a straight up team from what I can see, because they're actually showing us receipts. They're showing us the actual proof that they're donating 50% of money. Absolutely amazing. This is a perfect example of how to run a team and a project. And then you can click project details here, and this actually goes to their white paper. And so they have a PDF file that you can take a look at, and it talks all about their plans for the project. It looks like it came out just a couple days ago on January 8th. So they're still doing a lot of work on this project. It's still very fresh. So they talk about the number one sale, the first sale that they did, and donating 50% of revenue for that, and then launching the ID technology, the tracking NFT NFC chip, more partnerships with a bunch of stake pools, and with that dog cat shelter, and then doing a lot more education about Cardano and about pets. And so, as I mentioned, a lot more information about the developers here, and the artists and the inspiration. Okay, it is Trevor's cats. So it looks like this was a rescue maybe from a shelter. And then you can see Trevor's family here. Great stuff. A lot more information here about the inspiration. They say 6.3 million companion animals or pets enter shelters nationwide. About half are dogs and half are cats. That's interesting. But unfortunately, about 920,000 of these animals are euthanized. That means, they're put to sleep. They're sent up into the sky. My brothers and sisters, 920,000 each year. How many is that per day, right? If you divide that by 365, that's more than, even one is too many. So sad. And so I love that they're helping shelters and doing what they can to help the pets while they're in the shelter, and maybe find them to get adopted, right? 4.1 are getting adopted. Take a look at all this information here if you're interested in statistics on pet adoption and shelter and kind of the math behind it. It's very sad, but they do talk about, some associations like the American Pet Products Association donating money, right, and spending. And it looks like they're spending tons of money on food and treats and vet care for these pets. And so really interesting information about the whole stray pet problem in the world, and this team is taking it very seriously. I love their mission. Now they have a rarity section on their website, which talks about how rare different variants of their NFT collection are. You can see wings are very, very rare. No wings is very, very popular. But then they've got the breed. Dalmatian, very rare. Sphinx, Doodle, very rare. And then you can see some of the more common ones. Scotty is very common. Pugs, very common. Shiba, right kind of in the middle there. So you can see that. The eyes, blue, yellow eyes, pink eyes, very rare. So they've got it all here. The rarity, super, super fun. Different accessories like the hat and on the necklace. And so that's the rarity chart. They've got their policy ID up here. So if you're thinking of buying one of these, I think you can buy them on CNFT.io right now. And if you want, you should make sure it has this ID in it. CNFT.io will tell you the project ID. Make sure this is the right one. Otherwise, you could be buying a scam. And that goes for every project. Always check the policy ID. Very smart of the team to put that here. And then Shelter Pets ID, we already showed you that. So the last thing I wanted to show you about this project is their partnership with Pariah Dog Koh Samui. So now I think Koh Samui, it is an island. It's an island in Thailand. Let's zoom in a little bit. They've got a Twitter feed here at Pariah Dog Samui. And so, these guys are real heroes, the stuff that they're doing for pets. I would love to do something like this one day. I'm a huge lover of animals, especially cats, but also dogs. Huge lover of dogs. And so, one day in my future, I'd love to maybe have a pet shelter myself. It's so beautiful. So take a look at their Twitter at Pariah Dog Samui. I'm going to go ahead and follow them now. And then I found this beautiful YouTube video. It's on this New Horizon Escapes YouTube feed. Pariah Dog Koh Samui is the title. But take a look. Well, we'll play just a little bit. Look at this beautiful friend here. How pure are the dogs, right? The dogs faces. You know what I think I'll do? Let's go ahead and end the episode with this video. I'm going to turn on the sound. You're welcome to go and find this video later. I'll try and put a link in the description. But I think what I'm going to do is let this video play us out. Let's end the episode on this video. Yeah, enjoy. I hope you liked the episode today. We talked about World Mobile and the amazing work they're doing in Tanzania to connect the unconnected. And then we talked about Ada Chicks. Really cute project. They're minting in just a few hours, so check out Ada Chicks. There'll be a link downstairs in the description. And then Shelter Pets and Pariah Dog Koh Samui. We'll see you in our next episode. Meow.
Okay, Stefan König. Former profession was 15 years IBM as a project manager. I came 4 years ago. I came to Samui first time for working also in another shelter, and after a while we decided to do something together, and now we are here. I'm here with Elena. Elena Kilieva. Elena is the veterinarian. Of course, this fits perfect together. The first idea was that we wanted to start with a place that we can take dogs inside for a while, like a take care place, or also especially in the rescuing thing that there is often the problem for rescue dog. They are getting adopted by tourists. If they want to take them to Europe, they have often to stay here for some months. That means for 3-4 months at least. If they not find the right flight volunteer, it takes maybe 6 months. This was the basic idea. But with the time, we went back to the street, because I think this is our patients. And we started to treat dogs on the street, give dogs a home, like you can see here. Now we have at the moment 36 now. We try to find homes for them, but it's not easy. This is really important for us, that we can find a home, that we can take in the next one, because we do not want to be a shelter. What we are also doing is, of course, we are trying to make castration programs. This means we looking for sponsors in this way. One castration with the medicine, and that we can also castrate unsponsored dogs will be around 1,500 baht we need. That means a part of this goes in the actual dog, and the rest will go in the next dog, or this dog who we take from the street. Of course, the other things, this 24 hours is emergency cases, like car accidents with dogs, with motorbikes, bad condition dogs, or dogs that are really in bad condition, nearly dead. We will also go out. Of course, we try always to work together with local people. If they find dogs, or find dogs, that we can really talk to them, because they know today more or less when it's necessary. But also one of our focus is that we're taking dogs inside and we bring them back as soon as possible. Yeah, and as I said already, or I mentioned already, a big problem on this island, this is because of the traffic, especially in the high season. And we have here at the moment 6, 7, they had a car or motorbike accident. And this means this is around 20% of the dogs we have here in the house. And also these people should start to think about that. I think also to educate people. When people see us that we are doing something, like children, often they come to have a look, want to know what we are doing. They're asking her, she's a veterinarian, I want also to be a veterinarian. I think it's also good for this, that they see you can also treat a dog or an animal in a nice way. And if we are a good example for this, I think also especially the children, they will follow that, and also the mind setting will change. And this takes a little bit time, but not giving up. Of course not. Because I think this is our project, and I will do it until I will die. This is my plan. Yeah, it's in my head and I will not stop it. It's not for us, it's just for the dogs.